Hi Cancer, and welcome to your general January 2017 reading. This is my second time recording your reading. Same cards, two recordings because I was struggling to make sense of the cards, and I think in hindsight it's because there's two distinct patterns going on for Cancerians, not all. I think for some there's a chapter ending, okay, but there's also a new beginning going on, and both parts of your life are showing up in the reading basically. So listen, I'm just going to go ahead with the reading, and I can't, if this isn't making sense for all Cancerians, there's nothing I can do, guys. I have to work with what I'm given. So you're entering into January, leaving behind December with 5 of Discs, Tower, and that's a great, I'm really glad you're leaving these behind. You know, so this card, it could have been financial difficulties, but also it could be emotional, feeling out in the cold. It could be, you know, for some people with this Tower, there's been a radical upheaval within your life. But remember, this is what's going out, and it's not going to be for all. But you know, for some Cancerians, something's quite big has happened, and you might be feeling out in the cold emotionally, worried about something. But I asked for additional guidance, and I got the Page of Wands, which is all about new opportunities, new growth. You can see it in the picture, yeah? All these green shoots of new life. So it almost seems to be there's also a liberation happening, okay? So, and that's what I mean, there's two really clear processes happening, Cancer, and all I can do is interpret the cards, okay? So there seems to be some sort of change, some sort of liberation, and some new growth happening. Now, what you most want at this moment in time, in January, is two cards, Ace of Pentacles, financial new beginning, but this can be more, you know, it could be housing, it could be anything. It's your very practical, tangible part of your life. And this is about new beginnings, new opportunities, paired with the Hermit. So it's almost that you're almost craving some downtime, some solitude, some place to get some peace within you, Cancer, some sort of some sort of contact with your own sense of peace within you, and just to feel okay. And also the Ace of Pentacles, and that's what I mean, there's two really clear readings here. Now, what's pushing you to desire this peace within you and this new financial beginning is the Ten of Wands. And the Tens are all the endings, and as many Cancers know, this is the end of a long oppressive pattern and cycle of your life. Okay? So it's almost that's what's pushing you forward. So for some, there's been quite a lot of difficulties, and it's just absolutely, you're determined to push forward to get this new beginning, for this new pattern to emerge. Now your challenge is the Six of Swords. That's leaving behind a chapter and entering into a new one. So for some, you might feel that it's never ending, and this new beginning is sort of not within your reach. Again, there's two patterns for Cancerians, so please bear with the whole reading as we carry on. But there's a challenge to get from one place to another to reach this new beginning that you so crave and so desire. But in your money house, and for some this is about money or career or housing, you've got Judgment, which is the rebirth card. So I think for some Cancerians there's going to be a rapid change this month, or the potential is there for rapid change, to make the breakthroughs. And even though it might feel with that Ten of Wands and that Six of Swords as a challenge, that this breakthrough is never coming, it so is. The things with major arcanas, they're not in our timing. This is divine timing, okay? But this is about rebirth, and it's rebirth around finances, career, that more what we do to bring money into our lives, okay? So there was definitely a financial aspect for some Cancerians that had to be heard, okay? They've got a really interesting thing around relationships going on. I think this is where I got a bit stuck, okay? You've got the Magician in the relationship sector, okay? And I hopefully be doing my relationship reading separately if I've got time, guys, because December, January, everyone wants yearly readings and I'm really busy. So I'm going to try my best, but I can't promise. The Magician in the relationship house speaks to me of two things. For some of you, there's going to be issues of self-esteem. Because sometimes the Magician appears in a love reading when it's saying that you don't feel that you don't quite deserve a good, loving, equal partnership, okay? And I'm saying that is because in your house of inner fulfillment, you've got the Six of Discs, which is about mutuality. This is about the sharing between two equals. And some Cancerians are going to be struggling with self-esteem, and I have to say it, because this is generally what the Magician means when it comes up in a love reading. But it also means about focus. It's about, it can be about creating affirmations, but it's really about changing your sense of personal value and personal worth to believe you've got everything you need and you're worthy of being in an equal relationship. That's what I didn't get in the last reading, okay? And I felt I had to bring this in. There's definitely a money reading, but there's also a relationship reading here. And this relationship's about equality. And the Magician showing up here for me is saying Cancerians have to work with their sense of personal self-esteem, their personal value, to start believing that you've got everything you need to create what you want and you're deserving of it. And that's what I had to say, and I didn't say in the previous reading, okay? You've got two ending cards, and there's just no way, there's two readings in here, and okay, for some, the ending's a Hanged Man, and for some it's a Chariot, and again, I am so sorry if this is baffling you. So for some, the Hanged Man generally means that whatever you're working on is not fully finished yet. So it's like it's still in process, okay? So it's about letting go of control, surrendering, allowing to happen what's going to happen. But the Chariot's about moving forward. And this is going to mean different things for different people. I think for those who are working in relationships, it's time to start moving forward. And I think for those working on finances, it's time to keep moving forward. But there's some Cancerians who are ending a chapter of their lives, okay? You know who you are. And I think what this is saying is don't get worried if it's taking time to move on, because it's in process with the Hanged Man. Okay, guys, you got the most confusing reading of the whole of January. It's not confusing, it's just there was two really distinct patterns here. And I wanted to get the relationship issue in, because the Magician showing up is generally always to do with not believing that you're enough and having to work on your self-esteem and your sense of personal empowerment. And to have the Six of Discs in the inner spirituality part and your sense of inner fulfillment is saying to me that for some Cancerians there's there could potentially be a relationship around, and because sometimes of that lack of self-esteem, we don't allow it in, we block it, we don't feel we're enough. And that's why I've done the reading again, because I think that was meant for some people. Okay guys, I can't promise the relationship readings this month, but I'm going to try. Okay? And really, Cancer, this is incredibly interesting. I'm quite intrigued for your month. You've got me. I'm really quite intrigued about what processes you're going through. So, and just watch that self-esteem, guys. Personal empowerment all the way. Okay, particularly around love and relationships. And money is, and career is looking good. So whatever you're coming out of December feeling with that 5 of discs, there's a rebirth waiting, okay? Okay, Cancer, thank you. Bye.